Welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. So today I am reviewing the OMC Old Malt Cask Littlemill 20yo. It was distilled in 1991, bottled in 2012. It is 50%. This one is still available in auctions if you want to hunt for it. Littlemill is a lowland closed distillery. Littlemill has increased in price dramatically. Like anything rare and fine now it tends to inflate in price. Now my review today is it worth it, and what are my thoughts on Littlemill and what are my thoughts on the bottling itself. So first and foremost, let's get pouring, because it ain't gonna pour itself, is it? So first of all, Littlemill. First of all, Old Malt Cask. I'm not a hugest fan of OMC, so trigger warning, I should have done that. I'm not a hugest fan of OMC. Why? Because OMC bottles most of their bottlings in 50%, just uniform. Come on guys, 50%. That's taking the piss. 50% to me is a lucky dip. Not all whiskies are good at 50%. I think cask strength, let the user put their own drops of water to taper it to their own palate. By you putting in 50%, you're babying the drinker. And when you're paying, well, I mean, this was cheap at one time, but when you're paying this price now for rare bottlings, come on, you know what you're doing. You can't be babied like that. But in saying that, they do generally, look, because it's 50%, it does have a good chance of success, but in my opinion, I think they should have made it cask strength, because as I say, single cask, but they want to stretch it out to how many bottles, so they made it 50%. If it was cask strength, it doesn't say cask strength. If it's just cask strength, then I'm happy, but it's definitely not cask strength. But what it is that no colouring, no chill filtration, and no nonsense, it says there. So Littlemill is a closed lowland distillery. Lowland, there's not many distilleries in lowland. Littlemill is known for its slightly smoky, fruity, lighter flavour. I think so anyway. I love Littlemills. So let's get nosing and let's get tasting. Once again, I'm using the butt plug for maximum nosability. Straight away from the get-go, a little bit more unusual Littlemill than I'm used to. Straight away medicinal. I'm getting a hint of smoke in there and a little bit of, I can't describe it, like candle smoke. I'm also getting, when you open your Band-Aid, and the Band-Aid is a plastic Band-Aid, and you open it, and you get the initial smell of that Band-Aid. I'm getting that, the glue and that fresh Band-Aid that's been sealed, and then you open it. I'm getting that nose. I know that sounds weird, but it smells freaking delicious. I'm getting like a wet stone smell in there as well. Like, when you're grinding your knife on a whetstone, like a literal whetstone, not a wet stone, but like a whetstone. I'm getting some of that smell. A little metallic-y, wet, stony material. I'm getting a bit of green tea, jasmine flowers, roasted pineapples, a pinch of cloves, some aniseed. I know this sounds strange, but I'm getting some chrysanthemum flowers tea. Chrysanthemum tea. Slight earthiness, dirtiness. Very interesting on the nose. Very interesting on the nose. I love that sootiness. Slightly older style whiskies tend to have that sootiness. The more I nose it, I'm getting a bit of bruised apple. And you know what I'm getting? A faint hint of peach iced tea. Like Lipton iced tea with balls. not heavily tanned. Now I'm gonna see, is this hogshead, refill hogshead? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So it's bourbon cask. Now look, I'm gonna look at the nose. Clean and fresh, fruity, vanillid, and a barley sugar style. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's right. Yeah. Getting a bit of candied ginger. Let's sip. Woo, there's a really weird funk to the back of the throat. Almost like you're getting a waft of a swimming pool. How crazy is that? Unripe stone fruit, unripe apricot, unripe peach. Lightly tanned, very lightly tanned. White sugar, simple syrup. Definitely aniseed, licorice. And I know it sounds weird, but I'm getting like a mouthfeel, almost like the aftertaste of chicken liver. Slightly metallic, slightly irony. Slight sooty aftertaste. The mouthfeel is very substantial, quite heavy on the palate. I'm getting a pine cone and an unusual fragrant smell, like a back of the throat, like almost like a bit of wood varnish. Just a hint. It's got a little bit of fire to it, but pretty palatable. Pretty palatable. The finish is quite substantial. Progresses on itself. Absolutely delicious whiskey. Absolutely delicious. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Littlemill, so I'm very fond of Littlemill and very biased towards Littlemill. My only criticism is once again, when I mentioned at the start the 50%, I think that this whiskey could have done with maybe 3 or 4 more percent. At 53 or 54, it would have taken it from a good whiskey, an excellent whiskey, don't get me wrong, excellent whiskey, excellent bottling, to a great whiskey. Because I think that the watering down process to 50%, unless it's cask strength, then you can't fault that, but I don't think it's cask strength at all. I'm pretty sure they water it down. If they made it cask strength, or let's say 52, 53%, I think it would have a lot more cohesion in the flavors. The flavors right now is getting separated with each other. And yes, that's good for tasting, but as an experience point of view, it's not that good. You want something that's a whole whiskey, like a whole whiskey, you know? It's like I said, something with cohesion, something cohesive. And this, it's not quite cohesive, and I think it's because of the watered down nature of it. I've had lots of Littlemill before, and you know, all of them have been cask strength, and they have been much more cohesive. And I think that's probably the only criticism I have. But apart from that, look, it's not, by all means, that's a small criticism, by the way. It is an excellent bottling, and it's ballsy enough to actually pair with a cigar. So I would say, what kind of cigar pairing would I have with this? I would actually say something light, a natural cigar, a light Cuban, or a natural New World cigar would be good for this. Something not too heavy is my recommendation. A natural Arturo Fuente would be quite good with this. A Cohiba, Siglo 5 perhaps, would be quite good with this. Not too heavy, but still a substantial smoke would be quite good with this one. Yeah, look, it's an excellent whiskey. Excellent whiskey. My only criticism is the strength, but
minor criticism. Great bottling. Let me know your thoughts. Have you had this before? Have you had other alt malt, OMC alt malt cask before in Littlemill? What age? Let me know your thoughts. And look, until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers.